I'm running down the road, try to loosen my load, got 7 women on my mind. That's the start of one of the greatest tracks of the 70s singer-songwriter movement. In this video, we're taking a look at Take It Easy by the Eagles, written by Jackson Browne and Glenn Frey. So open up and climb on in. This is history of a song in however many seconds it takes. I'm Mitch Bradford. I'm a singer-songwriter with over 1 million streams on Spotify. Just want to say thank you for checking out the video. Please hit the follow button so we can continue to create great songwriting content for you. Now onto the track. All right, let's set the stage by going back to where it all began. Take It Easy starts with Jackson Browne. Who was Jackson Browne? He was a singer-songwriter. He was born in 1948. He grew up in Los Angeles. His grandfather was Clyde Browne, the well-known bohemian printer who lived in the Arroyo Seco area, and Jackson had been noodling around with the tune for Take It Easy for a number of years. Now it's 1971, and Jackson Browne is trying to finish up the songs for his eponymous debut album, Jackson Browne. But he's struggling to finish this song, Take It Easy. So he takes it to his friend Glenn Frey, who happens to live in the same Echo Park building as he does. If you're visiting LA, you can see the apartment on 1020 Laguna, right off Echo Park Lane. So Browne takes the song to Glenn Frey and he plays him the unfinished second verse. It starts, "Well, I'm standing on a corner in Winslow, Arizona," and Frey finishes the line, "Such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, slowing down to take a look at me." Magic. The duo had a second verse, and Jackson and Glenn Frey finished the song together that night. At least that's the story. The big story, the large emotional truth. But what's the little t story? What's the more complex, complicated, and maybe not so sexy truth? In another interview, Jackson went deeper, explaining how the song came to be. He said, "Glenn happened to come by and to say hi and to hang around when I was in the studio, and I showed him the beginnings of that song, and he asked if I was going to put it on my record, and I said it wouldn't be ready in time. He said, 'We'll put it on, we'll do it,' because he liked it," Jackson Browne said. But it wasn't finished, and he kept after me to finish it and finally offered to finish it himself. And after a couple times when I declined to have him finish my song, I said, "All right." I finally thought, "This is ridiculous. Go ahead and finish it. Do it." And he finished it in a spectacular fashion. And what's more, he arranged it in a way that was far superior to what I had written. So now the Eagles, via Glenn Frey, are helming this new song, Take It Easy. And they take it to record for their first album at Olympic Studios in London. And the record is going to be produced by the legendary Glyn Johns. Glyn Johns was a producer of Rolling Stones fame. He produced classics like Beggar's Banquet and Let It Bleed. He was also the chief engineer on the Let It Be sessions. If you're looking to go deeper, I recommend his autobiography, Sound Man. He talks about his life with the Rolling Stones and the Beatles and the singer-songwriter movement in LA. And it was one of my favorite books from last year. It's phenomenal, so check it out. So the Eagles pair up with Glyn Johns and he records their new track, Take It Easy. You got Glenn Frey singing lead vocals, Randy Meisner on bass and harmony vocals, Don Henley on the drums and chorus, Bernie Leadon on lead guitar and harmony, but they need one more element. Years later, Glyn Johns, when reflecting on the track, he said, "On Take It Easy, I got Bernie to play double-time banjo. They all thought it was a bonkers idea, but it worked. It was a great song, but that one little thing made it different." So right now, hit pause, go listen to the banjo track. You can hear it around 1:49 during the solo, and you can also hear it at the end. It's the glue that holds Take It Easy together. Glenn must have known what he was doing because his strategy to have Bernie play double-time banjo clearly worked. Take It Easy released in May 1972 for the Eagles, and it was a smash success. Rolling Stone wrote that Take It Easy was simply the best sounding rock single to come out so far this year. It has everything: danceable rhythm, catchy whining melody, intelligent affirmative lyrics, and a progressively powerful arrangement mixing electric guitar and banjo, and a crisp vocal with vibrant 4-part harmony at just the right moments to maximum dramatic effect. Other magazines like Cashbox compared it to the Byrds and said it would be a sure and rapid-fire smash. It was. Take It Easy entered the charts at number 79. It stayed on the charts for 11 weeks and peaked at number 12 on the US Billboard Hot 100 on July 22nd, 1972. Fast forward to 1973 and Jackson Browne is recording his version of Take It Easy for the record For Every Man. The lineup on the track includes Sneaky Pete Kleinow on pedal steel, David Lindley on electric guitar, Mickey McGee on percussion, and famously the song crossfades into the next song, Our Lady of the Well. Jackson Browne's version did not chart, but the album For Every Man did cement Jackson's legacy as one of the best singer-songwriters songwriters of the 1970s, and if you haven't checked it out, For Every Man is one of my favorite albums. It also has an iconic cover of Jackson Browne sitting at Clyde Browne's home, the Abbey Encino in Highland Park, CA. Clyde Browne is Jackson's grandfather, the bohemian we mentioned earlier. And if the two tracks differ, we can make a simple comparison. The Eagles version is fun, breezy, free like the open road. Jackson Browne's version is heavy, nuanced, and holds a bit of dread. It feels like it's coming from the point of view of somebody who's been on that open road just a little bit too long. Alright, but why does the song resonate? Well, it's a great song. Sometimes this is just self-evident, but I'm gonna argue Take It Easy resonates because of three reasons. And these three reasons are the sound, the lyrics, and the image of California. Let's start with the sound. Take It Easy is the epitome of classic rock meets country. It's the harmony of the Byrds meets the twang of Merle, and these four-part harmonies are what the Eagles became known for. It's actually why Glyn Johns decided to work with them. He initially wasn't too impressed with the Eagles, but upon hearing their singing, he said, quote, "There it was, the sound. Extraordinary blend of voices, wonderful sounding harmony, just stunning." So these harmonies make the track soulful and deep. They evoke warmth, the feeling of singing with your family or friends around the campfire, and you layer that with bright guitars, the banjo, the evocative opening riff, and the image starts to build. It captures the feeling of the open road, the anxieties of young love, and the stupidity of young love too. I mean, how difficult would it be to date 7 women at the same time? And it resolves all these layers and tensions in the promise of the good times. More on that later, but I really believe Take It Easy works because it's about the good times. Second, Take It Easy resonates because of the lyrics. From the opening line, "I'm running down the road, trying to loosen my load, got 7 women on my mind." We're in the mind of somebody who's young, they're excited, they have many lovers. But that's then negated by the following line, "4 that want to hold me, 2 that want to stone me, 1 says she's a friend of mine." It's the complication of young love. Yeah, you have many lovers, but do they feel the same way about you? Things have gotten complicated, and maybe you're not quite the Don Juan you thought you were. And then we have the iconic second verse, "I'm standing on the corner in Winslow, Arizona, such a fine sight to see. It's a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford slowing down to take a look at me." I guess the origin of this line is that Jackson Browne was once arrested for loitering in Winslow, Arizona, but Glenn Frey's addition on that second verse transforms it into something else. The song starts off about being about the frustration or anxiety of trying to find love, and then it shifts towards an attitude of the world is going to take care of you. Instead of having to coach yourself to get off the ledge like, "Hey, take it easy," it shifts into a softer tone. "Hey, take it easy. Don't worry, we got this." Finally, I'm going to argue the song works because it captures the spirit of California, specifically the spirit of 1970s California. And what was California at that time? Well, it was the promised land. It was the birthplace of Disneyland and sun-kissed Malibu, the home of Silicon Valley and Hollywood. It was the land of the American dream. Truly. California was booming economically. It had one of the highest GDPs in the nation, outperforming most states, and it was booming with people too. California had reached a population of 20 million, making it the most populous state in the Union in the 1970s. Alongside the population boom, it was booming with culture. California was the land of culture. It had Disneyland, Hollywood, the Sunset Strip, and it was the land of counterculture, the hippie movement in Haight-Ashbury, the Berkeley free speech movement, the new filmmakers breaking traditional molds in New Hollywood down in LA. And throughout all these tensions, California offered people the image of a life to be enjoyed. You could be high status or you could be low status, but you could enjoy life. Said another way, you could be a corporate power broker or you could be a countercultural hippie. But life was about enjoyment. And Take It Easy takes California's vision of a life about enjoyment and wraps it all into a song. This vision comes to fruition in the song's final chorus, the sweet ooze making the listener realize it's gonna be all right. Life is about the good times. All you have to do is take it easy. Like the California citrus blooming, this song has found its place in people's minds and hearts of listeners worldwide. Right now it has over 557 million streams on Spotify, 60 million views on YouTube, and in 2017, Billboard ranked the song number 3 on the greatest Eagles songs of all time. For me, Take It Easy is one of the greatest contributions to the American songbook, and it's the epitome of the California country movement. But let's take the wheel of the flatbed Ford, turn it around, hand it over to you. What do you think? Is Take It Easy one of the greatest songs of all time? Does it evoke the same images for you? The spirit of California, the promise of good days ahead, a life of enjoyment, or who cares? Does the song work because it's a great song? Leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and remember to like, follow, and subscribe for more great songwriting content. Cheers.